Now, are any of you members of the Master Builders Association?
We are.
You are?
Yeah.
I was at the time, yeah.
In their submission, I'm not sure if you read their submission, but they're basically saying do nothing until the Productivity Commission does a report on entry into the industry. They're also saying that we should rely on the current laws.
No.
So have any of you spoke to the MBA about this? Have they spoke to you?
Have. Yep. I was a member for 12 years until last year. When the submissions to the changes in the legislation, even a couple of years ago, started happening, I tried to make contact with them and they weren't interested. They weren't interested in talking to me until I rang up at about September last year and cancelled my membership. Then they were interested in talking to me. They gave no representation, I feel, to the subcontractors through the submissions to the Queensland Government. And with all the conversations I've had since, I have not heard of any questions answered that satisfied me that they actually do represent that sector of the community at all.
No. We'd only just become members just prior to us being affected by this insolvency. And then I met with them when the Queensland Government released a discussion paper around better payment outcomes, the concept of setting up trusts for subcontractors. So I specifically met with the master builders because I wanted to see whether or not they were going to support this take on a trust system. They were very guarded, I suppose, in that response, and they wanted more information and they didn't want to affect cash flow, and there was a whole series of... So I wrote a letter to them saying, because I don't feel that you are supporting us as subcontractors, we really, we need the support of master builders to get behind securing subcontractor payments. I said I'm going to cancel my membership. Mm-hmm. I got a letter back and I thought it might have been one that said, look, we appreciate this and we are trying to support and work towards change. I got a generic letter back that said, we got your letter, thank you for that, can you take our logo off your letterhead? That was it.
Senator, you've got a situation with the master builders that they influence heavily legislation, particularly in Queensland. So you imagine, if you will, a group of the heavy hitters sitting in the upstairs room making the rules for all the poor fellas sitting in the downstairs room, so they're up there ripping the fellas off downstairs, all in the one association. I just don't see how they effectively represent subcontractors at all. No.
Does anyone understand what the MBA's position is? Because it's not consistent with yours.
I learned a long time ago, the MBA is not on the subcontractor side. No. They're on the builder's side. No matter what goes on, they're on their side.
But you're members. But you are members.
I've been a member for 20 years. Won't make a bit of difference.
Mm-hmm. You're a member?
Yeah, 25 years membership.
And have you spoke to them about these issues?
Yeah, that's about it. I'm a member of the Commercial Subcontract Council at ACT MBA, and it's come up on numerous occasions, but they're not. It's the Master Builders. It's not the Master Subcontractors Association. Right. It's their rules.
Yeah, that's coming through loud and clear. See, the MBA is saying that interagency cooperation under the existing law is how you fix this.
I would suggest to you, Senator, that the best way to fix this is to leave the master builders out of the discussion.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can see how they, and the other industry peak bodies, and I've already covered that, influence the decision making, and we have no say in it, and they do.
It's just talk.
And it's completely unfair.
The problem